If you want to learn 3dsMax completely with V-Ray 6, Tyflow, character animation, After Effects, Pheonix FD fire and liquid simulations, you can go ahead and take my course. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to create some destruction in Tyflow with Pheonix FD. So create a Pheonix FD liquid container. This is going to be a simple simulation, so let's so create a container like this. Now we don't want any liquid to escape the container, so we are going to use the jammed both. So our liquid will not escape the container. Increase the resolution, and now let's create a source. Create a box like this and convert it into editable poly. We only want to emit the liquid from this side of the box. So select the polygon, this polygon, set the ID to 5 and press Ctrl I on your keyboard to invert selection and give all other polygons the ID of 1. Okay, now create a liquid source. Pick the box, go down, and from here change the polygon ID to 5. Okay, let's run the simulation. So this is how it looks like. Select the container, go to preview and click on show mesh. In this way you can see the preview. Now the problem here is these lines. So the one way to fix this problem, this artifact, is to give it higher steps per frame. But right now we don't want this much speed of liquid, so we are going to decrease the time scale to 0.5. And now you can see that there are no more those kind of artifacts here because we have slowed down the timing. Okay, so this is how our simulation looks like. I think it looks better. It looks great. Okay, so we don't want to render our box, so go to object properties, not renderable, displays box. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to create an object. One thing you can do is to create a wall. So let's start with the wall. Okay, don't worry, we will use other objects later. So this is our wall. Okay, now what we want to do, we want this liquid to interact with this wall, so we are going to use Tyflow for that. Okay, now create a Tyflow, open editor. We are going to use the birth object. Pick this box, add Voronoi fracture to it, increase the points to 500. I think 500 are too high for initial simulation. Let's use the lower. And now let's add the physics shape. Okay, so our simulation is working. So if we want our Pheonix FD to interact with our Tyflow, to do that we have to use physics force operator. So go here and then you will see physics fluid operator. Drag and drop it here. Okay, now here you need to enter the name of the container. So select this container here, copy the name, paste the name here, and click on auto setup and Pheonix FD container. Click yes, and then right now you can see that liquid, the particles are interacting with the liquid. You can see that these particles are floating. Okay, now there is one more issue, that all of these particles are moving outside of this liquid container. So in order to we don't want this. So in order to fix it, create a box from the top view like this. We don't want to render this box because this box will act as a wall inside the Tyflow, and that's it. Create another box like here, like this. Stuck it. Do the same thing with this box. Clone it again. Okay, now our particles can't escape from the liquid, can't escape from these boxes. So select all of them like this, and then use physics collision, and inside that physics collision add all of these boxes. Now you can see our particles cannot escape the container. Okay, so now everything is great. Before running that simulation again, make sure to click on Tyflow, go to modify panel, click on interfaces and click on enable particle interface, and then right click on Tyflow, go to Pheonix FD properties and make sure it is checked to solid object. So without solid object, Pheonix FD can't interact with it. With the solid object, Pheonix FD can collide with the Tyflow pieces and create animation. Okay, before running the simulation, make sure to save this scene because it might crash if you have higher number of pieces or high quality liquid. Okay, so I'm going to save. Okay, so let's run the simulation. Okay, now you can see how our liquid is interacting with the pieces. So right now, look, the density or the pressure of liquid is low, so it's not affecting the particles too much. We want this liquid to destroy this wall. So go to do this, so go to physics fluid, increase the fluid density to a higher value. So let's set it to 3 and run the simulation again. Okay, so our simulation is completed and you can see the result. Okay, so if you want to change the settings like fluid density is the force of the liquid that will affect the particles. If you want to change it to a higher value or lower value, you will have to run the simulation again. This is important, and you can see we have gotten a great result here. Okay, so let's say I want to use a different object. Let's say I want to use a teapot like this. Okay, and then I don't want to use the box. In place of box, I want to use the teapot, and let's see how it looks like. So first of all, go to birth objects. From here, remove the box and pick the teapot. You can see the pieces of the teapot. Right now they are breaking down at the initial position. So to fix this breaking down, we are going to use physics bind. So physics bind will stick the particles together. Go to breaking, go to force, and decrease the value of force. As decrease the value of force, you have to experiment with this value by yourself. Okay, now it's time to run the simulation again and see how it looks. So as you can see, our liquid is not breaking the teapot, so we have to decrease the value of force to a much lower value. I think we have to increase it a little bit. Okay, so so it is better. Let's run the simulation. Okay, so this is how our simulation will look like. So that's it for this video. You can use any object you want. You can create any type of destruction. So thank you for watching. So this is my channel, Zeon Horizon. I upload lot of videos on Tyflow, 3DsMax and Pheonix FD. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of content for you to learn and inspire from.